All right, we back. We back here breaking the mental chain. For a start, I just want to get everybody to, if you're on that YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and share the video. Tonight we're gonna be critiquing some things. I think we all get use some critiquing sometimes, and tonight that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna I've been listening to J. Cole CD. Um, we so I listened to the whole CD a couple times, and I want to go through it and talk about it, and I also got some other things I want to talk about. Um, hold on one second. Let me do something right here. Hold on. I had to send somebody a message. So, so yeah. Uh, um, I listened to it, and I wanted to sit down and do some to see what's all people got to think about, talk about it. It sold a lot of copies. So if you if you listen to the CD, you want to join in, you can ask questions in the chat. Um we gon' I also got another song I'm gonna play, and we're gonna do some critiquing to it. The One thing I want to explain, I want to jump into before I even start any of that is I think a lot of times we got to go back to the basics. And when I say the basic understanding of just common sense. You might not know, all that it is to know for us in history or in present times. But as I always say, the basics. Everything starts with the basics. I don't care if you're doing math. Math start with the basics, and you work your way up. But you always go back to the basics. And what I mean is, I think as ADOS, as black people in this country, what we got to do is we got to almost stop allowing people just to get away with telling the story of our oppression. What do I mean? Basically, what I mean is it's like a story writer. he could he could sit and tell the story of he can not be he ain't got to be in the trenches of the story, but he get to sit in the shadows and tell the story. Meaning he don't have to take the daggers, and he can always walk away and say, "Well, I just want to tell people about it. I didn't want to do any work to be involved with it." And to me, that's that's no different than just being able to walk away, and you don't have to carry the blunt in, because you can always say, "Well, I was just telling the story." And we allow so many entertainers in our circle to do that. I'm done with allowing people to tell the story. Either you're gonna get in these trenches with me or you're not. Plain and simple. And I refuse to let my emotion be the dictator of allowing you to be in my space, in this oppression. Yes, sir. And also this music we'll be playing, we won't own the copyrights of none of this music. But what we are gonna do, we're gonna dig into this music and go deeper than the words, to get a better understanding. Because a lot of times there's a lot of people getting a lot of credit for things, but they ain't down here in the trenches. And there's another thing, as I listen to the J. Cole CD, another thing we allow is we allow people that tell our story while at the same time disrespecting us, even while they tell the story. And as tonight, you'll learn that. One thing, the name of the show is called it's called critiquing. I mean, love has already conquered. Um, hold on just a minute. It's called Love Has Already Conquered. And the reason I named it that is, and I said, you're just disillusioned. Because what I mean by that is plain and simple. People are already doing what they love to do. And a lot of time we allow people to use this term, love, and we think when we hear that word, if everybody can just get back to loving, well, love looks different for every individual. Love is not the same for every individual. See, you got to understand, the basic understanding of it is this. People can love to hate you. People can love to see you down. People can love to see you with nothing. That could be their love. They could love to see your dead body laying in the street bleeding out. That could be their love. So love don't conquer all, because love already has conquered all. Meaning that people are already doing what they love and choose to do. What they love and choose to do. Meaning ADOS is not, it's not a coincidence that we tethered to this bottom, that we are worthless. It's because everybody has made it up in their mind that they love for us to be the group that's there. Yet we move off of emotions, which a lot of times leave us to bear the cost of being ADOS. Because what we do, we bring with it everybody in our house. We discriminate against no one. We allow everybody into our house. Most of the time, other ADOS are quicker to deny other ADOS people access to their house, while open the doors wide open for a non-ADOS person, meaning an immigrant or a white. We see this all the time. So we got to understand that love can't conquer all, because love already have. So I like to start it off and put it around. And if you looking at the show, if you notice something in my video, I put a picture of me standing in front of my truck. Well, understand, I love Ford trucks. I like them. They're good trucks, you know. Another thing, if you was observing of the picture, another thing you would notice is I must also love black, because I got on black and my truck is black. See, simple thoughts. If you pay attention to things, you can dig into the details of it. Another thing you can tell from the video is that I also must love to work out. These are just a few things that I love to do. And I do them because I love my family and I want to be able to protect them when the time needs to be. I want to have the equipment that needs. I want to have the equipment that I need to be a man if it comes down to me needing to do anything. In one of the songs J. Cole wrote, he went to and he said, I can't be mopping in no Wendy's. Well, J. Cole, I hate to tell you, there's a lot of ADOS mopping in Wendy's because they trying to feed their family, because that's all they can do. See, it's amazing to me that we say people are so deep to the point where we allow them to disrespect us because we trying to survive. And J. Cole, you can't get away with it. I refuse to let you get away with it. See, everyone else loves themselves more than us, and we have love for everyone else. This is so true. We got to start standing and pushing back on everything. So the first song I'm gonna start with, and I wanted to start with because it's one of these songs that I always say. And one thing that here at ADOS, because what we trying to do is make our people become critical thinkers. That's the key to success. You can't allow symbolism and emotions to control or cloud critical thinking skills. And know and understand that a lot of these things do that. It's a lot of things we do as ADOS people. We move with emotion. And a lot of times that clouds your judgment. It makes you actually push against something that could be better for you. I witnessed that the other day in a meeting where, my idea got shot down because people said, That ain't a just community win. If we just stand up for our group. You see, a just community looks like you stand up for everybody, but you can't stand up for everybody until your group is fixed and made whole. Nobody understands that. Your group is the one that's starved out and tethered at the bottom, and everybody in the country got their foot on your group neck. See, and we can't move like that. So, and just like we saying in the comment, we do not own the copyright. We doing this only for educational purposes. So we're gonna start with the first song. It's by Anthony Hamilton. Listen to each word in depth. And as we said, we don't own the copyrights to the song. How can we break the cycles? We're being pointed at our rifle. Brother shut down for no reason. Lord, where do we go? Can't go to church in peace no more. In the movies on my mind just go on. Jesus trying to grab me from all my loss. Lord, where do we go? So tired of running. So we can live shooting in the school like a daylight. Police wanna kill us for no reason. It's hard here to make it cause there's no jobs. And we're losing hope fast. Nothing ever changes, but we still march. So much blood on the streets, I can wash it all. Parables are winning on our own soil. Lord, where do we go? So tired of running. So tired of running. Yeah. Run, run. I'm running hard. So we can live. We keep on living. We're all need love. We need it, we need it, we need it. So sick and tired of running. So sick and tired of crying. Yeah. So tired of running. So sick and tired. Like nobody wants to love. Oh, we keep living. We barely holding on, barely living. We're all in need of love. They say love can conquer all. Somebody please show me love. Please. So tired of running. So sick and tired of running. There ain't nobody cares. We keep living. And we keep trying to make a living.
tonight. I'm tired of living every day under the threat of death. I have no martyr complex. I want to live as long as anybody in this building tonight. And sometimes I begin to doubt whether I'm going to make it through. I must confess I'm tired.
All right, that's the song. So Anthony started this. When he starts out, he says, "Love conquers all," and I have said, "Love has conquered all." What we are doing is refusing to see the love to hate a group of people, because the love that they have is the love of hating ADOS, and we must be able to accept the fact that a large percentage, 90% of white people love to hate ADOS, the American descendant of slavery, because everyone has eaten off of us. As you go through this song, if you go and look at the video, it shows two little girls running, an ADOS little girl and a white girl running. Shows them as being obviously friends. And the little ADOS girl wins the race, where they race to the teacher. When she approaches the teacher gives her, for winning the race, a white baby doll. This is what we see constantly in sports today, right now. Yet we don't know we're looking at it. Black men win, while white, they win a game, but yet the big payout go to white owners. That's what that teacher just showed that little girl. You won the race, but here's a white dog, because we still won. So just like Johnny says here, they love to take advantage of and abuse us. This is very true. They do it at all levels. And what we do is live in disillusion of how that abuse looks. Current time, 2021, May the 23rd, right now at 8:49. They doing it to these athletes that you look up to. They doing it. They constantly do it to us. We have always had to wear the burden. Always. We have always fought hard just to lose in the end. So I remember one time someone had kind of whispered at my girl about the way I am about my kids when it comes to what I want them to see and don't see. So I don't let my daughter play with white baby dolls, because I want her to know that she is beautiful. All around her every day, everything gonna show how they support the beauty of white women. My daughter gonna get a lack of not seeing herself already on TV. So why would I be promoting that? Why would I promote that? In another thing in this song that I come to see is it's a part where it's a white man that's finna go kill this little boy. And when he go to do it, when he goes to do this, and they pretty much make it where before he kills the little boy, that a white man comes up and kill him. Once again, we don't know how that's symbolic to what they've been telling us, that you got a white savior. You see, all of these things are part of social engineering, indoctrination, the way we even do our videos, the way things are put. Some would say he just trying to help. Well, and I told you at the beginning of the video, I don't need nobody just telling the story. We out here dying. We out here being incarcerated. We out here being denied up mobility. I'm done listening to people tell the story. Either you gonna do the work or just shut up. And I like Anthony Hamilton. I like him. I like his music. But it be truthful at the position we are in this war, we need all hands on deck. Period. All hands at all levels, from top to bottom. See, because what'll happen is, it's just like right in the night. I'm talking about things, people ain't listening. People are paying attention to so many things that don't transform into their life to make it better. They pay more attention to that, to things, than to anything that is transformative in their life. We see this constantly. In the song, Anthony says something else that's profound. He shows a black woman trying to find a job. She trying to find a job. She's frustrated. At the same time, a black guy rides by in a truck and the police pulls him over. This is happening 24/7 to us. Yet very few of us care to engage in it. Matter of fact, the only time we will engage in this fight is when one of our, probably won't even close to your family member, get killed at the hands or be incarcerated unjustly. That's when we'll call somebody and try to find out, what can I do? Well, I can tell you what you should have been doing. You should have been involved in the fight, but you wasn't. See, and by you not being involved in the fight, now one of your family members are being sacrificed. As you heard in the song, um, he goes and say, at the end he played Martin Luther King. King said he was tired. That's exactly right. The enemy comes to steal, lie, steal, kill, and destroy. Do we know who our enemies are? That's a very powerful question, because another thing I noticed within the ADOS, black people, we struggle with who the enemy is. Most of the time, we turn the enemy into our own. We make the enemy our own. I remember I asked a family member one time who the enemy was. I asked this question. Do you not understand who is causing you all your nightmares? They told me out of their own mouth. The truth is, it ain't been white people. It been more black people than white people. See, it's a unique thing to be the puppet master, and to where people don't understand who pulling the strings, who's causing the cause and effect. See, you can lay back in the midst of that and just cause all the nightmares and put the blame on the wrong people all the time. So I asked this family member, I said, so who writes your check? Who you work for? See? And they told me. And then I explained to them, I went backwards and explained to them, how the white oppressor is the one oppressing you. Because you don't work for an ADOS person. The company you work for is owned, operating, and controlled, and your check is signed by whites. See, your complaint is you don't have enough money to pay your bills at home. And you blaming it on other black folks that also don't have enough money at their home to pay their bills. And you upset with them because you need them to help you with your bills. How can they do it though? They're struggling to pay their own bills. It's a lot of moving parts. That's why you got to pay attention to things that can transform your life. We got to stop paying attention to things that don't. See? So, I'm a Jay. I'm sitting here and I think constantly about our group, how nonchalant we are when it comes to fighting for one another. How these people have almost tied our hands to care about one another enough to say, I'm only fighting for my group. And yet they still tell you, they'll still tell you that you got to fight for everybody, for them to help your group. As my nephew said here in the song, he's still trying to make it as all white people are not bad, using his platform to speak on black problems but can't connect the dots how it's happening. See, that's That's exactly right, as Derek has said. He's still the way they have played us and manipulated us. It shows up in our music. It shows up in our TV show, and we keep looking at it. He says in the song, "I'm so tired of running." Do you know how many people I talk to on a daily basis, and what they are doing is running? And they try to make that running look so different, so different. Some say, "No, I ain't running because this is my hustle. This is what I want to do." See, we we must understand, if your granddaddy was running and now you are still here running and you still marching, nothing has changed. That's insanity. When do you stop and reevaluate and say, no, we must do something different? Or will you always sit at the table with ADOS men like me and push back against me when I say we got to fight for our own group? We can't fight for nobody else. We the only ones ain't getting no results. See? And if you go somewhere to get somebody to help you and they won't help you for your group Pacific, they are telling you right there, I am racist. And instead of you begging them, you need to call them out and put them on blast. You should put them on blast. But you go right back doing the same thing, kissing up. Kissing up. We need you. We need you. Please help us. We need you. That ain't helping you though. Because what'll come out of that is everybody else will get help and you'll be denied help again. And the target you was trying to reach will be missed again. As Anthony has did with this song. See, we miss the target all the time. And we always keep telling how black people ain't get help. Because you want Pacific for them. And a lot of us struggle with what it is to be black in America now. See, the unique thing ADOS is doing is we made it very clear who black people is in America. We made it crystal clear when we said American descendants of slavery. Because that's who we are. See, too few of you don't know your history. So what you do in the midst of your history, you hide from who you are. Because in your household, it might not been taught to you. It might been denied to you. It might been too much pain. They felt like if I don't tell you about it, maybe you will go further without knowing. What I am telling you, you can't do that to fix anything. It don't work that way. You got to tell people the truth of what happened to you and your grandma and your granddaddy. They can't re-engineer themselves. They killing us because they know exactly who we are. In the song, Anthony admits that it's his sanity is what he's saying. And he don't understand what his sanity look like. His sanity is plain and stiff. And the definition of it is to continue to do something and expect a different outcome. And most people do that. You can't keep doing the same thing and think you're gonna get a different outcome. Now it's like, but in the chat just said Joe Biden has been looking over black people since his election, but black community didn't demand anything for their votes. No demands was made. No demands was made, and now you looking for him to do something. Because black leadership told you that their mission statement was anything but Trump. And I would always ask blacks, is that gonna lead to policies? See, from the music we choose to listen to, and the reason I'm listening to this music because I want you to understand from the social engineering is in everything. Just because you like it, it don't mean it ain't social engineering. Just because you like it don't mean it ain't happening. Because the person that delivering the message has been also indoctrinated in social engineering. I told a group the other day, I just wish my group could graduate high school. Because I'm looking at 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 50-year-olds that's still thinking and acting like high schoolers. We can't pass high school. We can't. That's why we get treated like kids when it's time to sit at the table and make demands. Because we still acting like kids. Basically, how every group, every meeting, other than ADOS, all these meetings I be in, most of the time, you can tell who clicked together and who ain't. Because that's how high school works. That's how it works. Either you was in the clique or you're not in the clique. So everything I say in these meetings I be in, a lot of times, people push back on me while agreeing with the person in the clique. See, that's high school. Because see, if you was grown, you would know, well, wait a minute. Let's see what William's saying and see if it's in line with what our mission should be. But what you come to find out, because of that high school way of thinking, we still go back and do the same thing. As if we remade it. That ain't how nothing works. It's not how nothing works. So here is why I say we must become critical thinkers. We must be able to critique any and everything. We must put our emotions to the side. It don't matter if you like something or don't like it. If you can't critique it, your emotion is controlling you too much. So that's Anthony Hamilton's song. Very I call it very emotional. It pulls at the strings of the heart, but you can't let something do that. You must be able to see past your emotion to be able to see clearly. That's just how it goes. So that's why I chose this song, because it sounds good. Sounds real good. But it don't fix the problem. It don't even give you the solution to fix the problem. Because it starts out and continues through the entire song, not understanding that love has already been conquered. You just refusing, you disillusioned by what you're seeing. Instead of accepting what you are seeing, you keep disagreeing and not want to admit to what you're seeing. So what we are trying to get you to do is accept what you see. When somebody show you they don't care about you, stop giving them the benefit of the doubt and just accept what you done seen and push on, because then you'll understand who the enemy is clear. See, you accept the enemy for the enemy. But if you keep running around looking to kiss somebody's butt, they're going to continue to give you their butt to kiss. We should know this by now. It's the basics. Don't nobody respect a butt kisser. I'm sorry. So we need to be done. So now we're gonna go. We're gonna do the J. Cole. We're gonna play a song with J. Cole. I'm gonna do the 95 South. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my nephew come on and let him explain what he observed from this song. So we're gonna play it now. And as always, we don't own the copyright to this music. But we gonna critique this music because our people are listening to it.
Niggas is fucking This shit too easy for me now. Nigga Cole been going places back when CDs was around. When you sold out triple debt, I can't believe these fucking clowns. Look at everybody clapping when your 30 song album do a measly 100 down. If I'm betting on myself, then I completely double down. If you hated on a nigga, please don't greet me with a pound. I'll be staying out the way, but if the beef do come around, to put an M right on your head. Luigi brother now, trace my steps all in this game. You can see me cover ground. Back and forth from NC to New York when Jeezy had the crown. Vivid memories, niggas start to squeeze, we duck it down. So many shells up on the ground, it make the Easter Bunny proud. I get up, dust my clothes off. Sleep is the cousin of death. No plans to doze off. The streets that don't come with a rep. I never sold soft. The street with a hustler's crep and got their O's off. You reach niggas up and like step to blow your nose off. Consume tight and then resume flight as if it never happened. Shit we witness full of so much sickness. Angels shedding tears in heaven. Word to Eric Clapton. Off this clip of rapping. Bitch, my pockets gon' forever fatten. Forever fatten. You gotta tell me this damn one, you don't even fucking speak English, bitch. My pen and the paper's lethal. I'm sending them straight to Mika. The nigga that made them Peter. Creeper, creeping on you. The sin of failure, reeking on you. Check your shit and tell you. Pussy niggas bleeding on you. Self, fucking with coal is cold, but it's impeding on you. Hell, all you niggas eating off your wealth. All my niggas feeding all they selves, and it feels swell. Krispy Kreme dreams. Sometimes my dogs wanna kill 12. Cause they say they harassing. We seen dilemmas like Nelly and Kelly that ended in deadliest fashion. My young niggas bloody, they blasting. Bullets be humming like Cuddy, but one of your hoodies spaghetti or splashing. All over the driveway. Y'all talking all sideways. Shot popping off y'all leg down. Cops talking off y'all legs now. Y'all what the hell y'all wait? My niggas look up at the sky like we sitting in Yahweh. We sitting in Yahweh. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all see what the fuck going on out here? It's killing. I got 5, 6, Carolina, 2, 6, stand up, nigga. Put your hood up! Put your hood up! Put your hood up! Put your hood up! Put your hood up!
So that's the end to the song. Now what I'm gonna do, what I want to do, I always try to get all perspectives on things, not to be like one-sided. So I'm gonna let my nephew say what he thinks about it, and then I'm gonna chime in and say what I think about it. We in the best perception of what we gotta be able to do is always look at things and know that if when you listen to this song he was just playing that I just played by J. Cole. Now understand, people are saying this guy's deep. J. Cole is deep. Now understand, it ain't one bar that went through without saying the N-word. It ain't one bar that where he didn't step on or belittle his group. But we are saying he is deep. And people don't understand how to connect the dots to these situations. If we are already saying we have no upper mobility, right? And I remember Scarface had made a statement one time. Scarface stated that we no longer control our own voice of our own music because of the wealth position of the wealthy. That they say this is the guy I want. So if they controlling who we gonna get to be the voice of our culture, which is rap, we created this space of rap. And then they got so much wealth that they can control what a rapper says and what he don't say. Meaning, I don't know how many know about Public Enemy. If you go back and listen to Public Enemy, you will see they was freely expressing themselves about Black power and Black problems. What you see today is because these rappers are they powerless. They at the mercy of these corporations, and these corporations control what they're going to say because these corporations say what I'm gonna sign off and what I'm gonna pay you to do and what I'm not gonna pay you to do. See, when you don't hear these rappers coming out speaking about it, yet they accept it basically. So basically what they do, J. Cole, all of them fall in line with what these corporations say they're going to produce and what they're not. They don't stand on their square and push back against them. As I have said before, find me a white boy that is making music talking about killing other white men. I'll wait for it. Find me a white boy in the entire United States that is making music talking about killing white men. You can't find it. And yet we don't connect the dots that we the only group talking about killing what? Other ends. We always talking about killing one another. Yet not one single rapper has came out and said what Scarface said. We can't even speak our mind no more in our music. See? J. Cole didn't come out and say that. He ain't came out and say that. Matter of fact, his CD fell right in line with what they want him to make. And that's the destruction of black bodies. And that's the disrespect of black men by saying that you the one look like a basically you look like a dummy if you try to go and clown a millionaire. See, what I know and understand is I don't care if you got 2 pennies in your pocket, you could be stupid. And I don't care if you got 200 million in your pocket, you can still be stupid. Having money, not having money don't determine who is the smarter. Because money don't never dictate who's the smartest. You see? Because we saw Trump was the president of the United States, and he got more money than J. Cole. But he dumb, ain't he? Am I wrong? He's dumb, ain't he? But he got more money than J. Cole. That's right. But the danger is, so I got my nephew on the phone, and I'm gonna let him give you his perspective on J. Cole CD. Go ahead, D.
Did you talk about J. Cole CD?
Yeah.
Well, I must start off by saying that I kind of got a biased opinion about it just because the fact I am a J. Cole fan, and I, will buy his album anytime he drop it. But you gotta hold people accountable. So some of the stuff that he do say is something I don't agree with. But like I told you earlier, it depends on how he worded it. On a lot of stuff that he say. But I just have a biased opinion about it. Especially when he says it's about if you're broke and you clowning a millionaire, then the joke's on you. Like I told you earlier, it depends on how he worded that. But is he wording that as saying that, because I have more money, that I'm more intelligent than you? Then he wrong.
Yeah.
I can't really agree with it.
So, what about the other songs? What you think about the other song?
Which one you talking about? I listened to the whole track.
How about the one with the 100 million? I'm worth 100 million.
100 mil?
Yeah.
I don't see it, but I don't see it bank count either.
Yeah.
It's easy to say what you got, but we do know black people don't have what they say they have. It's all about the projective of looking like I got that.
So you would agree that most of the time in most rap music in our culture, what we want to call rap music, they almost sell us on this decadent veil all the time, meaning they allow us to try to live through these entertainers. Yeah, it's one of the most, because it's something when you don't have anything and you could try to almost fantasize that I could be this guy. It would make you almost not really fight, especially when now my nephew here, he's 25. He's in that era. You see, when I listen to a man that's 11 years older than my nephew, still talking about the high school basketball games, that same kind of conversation, I often ask, how much growing have you really done if you still are focused around the high school mentality?
So I just had a conversation earlier with my oldest brother, and I told him about the show, how your show tonight was critiquing J. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And he somewhat had a disagreement with him, and he brought up a song where J. Cole had a conversation with a young lady, and the young lady was basically saying how these black entertainers, these black celebrities, speaks on black problems, and basically cannot connect the dots. Just like Anthony Hamilton did with his song tonight. He's saying like, oh, white people can't be like this, but at the same time, by trying to speak on black problems, but can't connect the dots. You're speaking on black problems, but cannot connect the dots. So this is what J. Cole doing. This is what other rappers doing. speaking on, they have a platform to speak on black problems, but have no knowledge about it. But when somebody as myself or you come around, because we don't have that platform, then we just don't know what we're talking about, or it just don't make sense.
That's right. We automatically get belittled.
Yeah, we get belittled. So that's why I say when I take it back to where in his song it say if you're broke, clown, and a millionaire, then the joke's on you. I do agree with, of course it's how he's saying that, because we could easily take it as, like I said earlier, that he's saying, hey, if you ain't got $100 million in your pocket right now, you can't teach me nothing.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
But like I told brother, what the young lady was telling J. Cole, and he responded in an emotional way. But what she was basically telling him is that because you have that platform, your voice is louder than mine, and you can't connect the dots. And basically what I'm saying is that they will believe what you're saying, even though you're telling them the wrong thing, versus than what I'm telling them, because my voice ain't as loud as yours.
That's right. Now you hammer on nail with that, and that's D is hammer on nail with that, because that platform gives you more than me. And if you're gonna use it just to mislead our people, when you could humble yourself enough to listen to your people, the ones that are down here doing the real work. See, here's the thing I always try to get people to understand. When people get this kind of money, their head get big too. They'll try to paint a picture, am I still humble? But will you come and sit down with the litter of the crowd? See, will you sit down with an activist that the news ain't told you about? See, that's what we can't get our people to do. See, you telling our story ain't gonna save us. You need to understand what these people been doing. And I'm gonna tell you how your music would change too. Because you would push back on these corporations. You would refuse to submit to what they telling you to do. Because you would know now it's bigger than me. It's bigger than being worth $100 million. It's bigger than being worth $1 trillion. The problem that your people are dealing with and facing. You know? Go ahead, do you want to go ahead?
We furthered the conversation, we was talking about how the Asians got the bill passed. And he was saying, basically just saying, like, he made a statement about, well, we would never get a bill passed. And like I told him, it's because this conversation right here, everybody contradicting themselves when it comes to black people. They say, oh, black people gonna do this, they gonna do that, they won't do this, but nobody's standing up to actually fight. Nobody's in the fight. In the fight, it takes numbers.
That's
and
right.
If you're not gonna fight, then don't speak on black problems, or don't say that Black Lives Matter, or they don't wake black people, but you're not even willing to be in the fight.
That's right. You got to be ready to get your hands dirty. See, too many of our people fall for the okie doke. It's just like when you say Black Lives Matter. So many people saw black and thought it was actually doing something for black folks. But straight black men, as me and my nephew is, they pretty much say we don't matter, even though our dead body can amplify their group. But they ain't gonna fight for us. They gave no money to straight black men or straight ADOS black women. See, ADOS black men and ADOS black women, we got left out in the cold. They gave the money to trans people, while at the same time slamming us, because they only got that attention off of these straight ADOS black men bodies. See, and if we got family members that can't connect those dots, and we sit and try to explain to them how to connect the dots, and they push back on you from an emotional place. See, because we think emotions fix things. No, you got to know what's going on to fix something. You got to know what the problem is, how the problem got there, and what's been done about it before. You see, and that's what they're saying. That's why you got to push back. We can no longer sit back and allow people, once again, I said, can't allow people just to tell the story, but refuse to get their hands dirty. Refuse to use this, as my nephew said, J. Cole. He got a millions of people following him. And instead of advocating, being an ambassador for his group, he's choosing not to. He's choosing to still tell stories about us killing one another. And Anthony Hamilton, pretty soon, see, just like my nephew, and he said it when he said he had us a bias because he liked J. Cole. I like Anthony Hamilton. See? But I ain't letting what he's saying stop me from being a critical thinker as what he's doing. And as my nephew saying, he's saying the same thing. He still got to be held accountable. Right, D?
Yeah. Everything he says, still, even though, like I said, I'm a fan of him, he just sold a 289,000 in 1 week, but I still got to hold him accountable. Just because I like him doesn't mean that what he say is always true.
That's right.
It just kind of holds back on me because he did to the full effect because I actually like him.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's kind of biased, but I still got to hold him accountable.
Yeah, and
it's only right.
And that's what we try to spread to our families in these meetings. You got to hold people accountable. If you're going to talk about this lifestyle, what are you going to do to fix it? If you're willing not to do nothing, just shut up then and just let the white man that's paying you that money control you. Just, hey, he going to tell me what to do. He say, jump off the cliff. I got to jump off the cliff. Say that. You see? So it's so many of us that we definitely listen to these people and we don't do the data. Understand, he ain't did nothing that ain't been done better than that. The NWA did better than that when they hit the market. See, the truth is what you will come to find out. He may have did in this era, but the game has changed to the rap game because of the digital age. Being able to download a CD, I ain't pay for that. I just listen to it on Apple Music. I don't longer have to buy a person's CD to listen to. I go on YouTube for free. So that's another end of the spectrum we got to understand. These entertainers no longer, that rappers, they don't make money off that album like that. You see, the biggest bang comes from concerts because people can get it free. So it's the money of it is changing. And because of technology. What NWA made back then, you'll probably be shocked with what he got off of that 200-something CDs. So we always got to tie things to how this money is being moved and how it's being distributed. Because go ahead.
Yeah. So when I said that he sold 289K, it wasn't the money that I was talking about. It was his fan base.
Yeah.
How many people that listen.
Oh yeah. Well, I get what you were saying. Yeah.
It's people. People listen to him. And I am one of the people. As far as money, like we don't. He had even stated that all money comes from his shows.
Yeah.
His concerts, the concerts he do. That's where the biggest money comes from. So it's not like you said. It ain't the selling of the CDs or none of that. It's just how what he gets from the concerts.
Yeah.
So of course they pockets ain't like that. Like we talk about how you had a conversation about how Moneybagg Yo said he get 200,000 a show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I said, he can't even connect the dots of how around we going through this pandemic.
Yeah.
So there ain't no many people gather the shows.
That's right. The way everything is operating when it comes to concerts and all is slowly but definitely gonna change. And it's gonna hurt entertainers. It hurt the movie theaters. So when I say we got to be able to see this thing, and even during a pandemic, the number of ADOS people that died during this pandemic, for us to still have music in front of us telling us to go out and kill one another or promote the killing of one another when everything is already killing. The police killing us. We killing one another. It's all around slaughterhouse on our group. That's the problem I have with the rap now, because it's all around slaughterhouse on our group. The day I was at the park playing ball, and two guys got in a confrontation. You know, that's how it is. Start talking junk, people get in these confrontations. One of the guys got so mad with one of the guys, when they came down court, he threw an elbow, hit him in his gut so hard, he throwed up. And they was getting ready to get into it, but this guy was throwing up. And the guy must have knew him, because the guy made a statement, said, you can go get your gun. Go get your gun. I'm going to beat you down before you get to it. See, this nonchalant love for one another, how they make it so easy for us to want to kill one another over the simplest thing, a basketball game. A basketball game. Lives can be lost because all around us, everything tell us our life is worthless. Our rap culture tells us our life is worthless. See, and people feed into this. When everything around you is talking and saying, hey, they black, you can kill them. They ain't no good. Kill them, kill them, kill them. Every song, as I said earlier, show me a white boy CD. Even these white boys that they allow into this rap game. Show me his CD where he talking about killing white men. You gonna have white boys in this, Hispanic boys in here in this rap game, and they all saying kill niggas, and nobody ain't saying that. Nobody ain't saying that. Everybody talking about kill niggas. If we don't wake up and realize, if this white boy can be in a rap game, I need to hear him make some rap songs about killing white men. D, what you think about that?
I agree. Like I said, when I had a conversation with my brother, I said the same exact thing that you said. His response was, wow. It was that, even when we're conversating with or arguing with a white person, we call them nigga. No. I know, I call them what they are. I call them what they are, but like I told him, I said, you can't give me a song or a video that these rappers do that they don't say kill a nigga. And even in the video, they show themselves killing a nigga, but you never see a white person in that position that they say they killed a white person.
And you have,
but we know why they won, because that video wasn't gonna put out. It would get banned from YouTube or Facebook. It get pulled down.
There it is. There it is.
They saying they gonna kill a nigga, that video could get posted. It's cool. They do it all the time on news. They'll show you when a black person get killed. They even show you that his old pictures of him being a thug.
Yeah.
But when it's a white person, he was a good family man. They even said Jeff McDonald was a good family man. They don't even know why he was like that. He had a good family.
And that's why I always keep trying to get people to understand. The assassination of the character is like a bullet to the head. You can't let everybody assassinate your character and think cops ain't gonna keep killing you. Your wealth position is flatline. Everybody is saying kill a nigga. So what you think gonna happen? Within our group, the danger within our group is that my little boy life will be taken lightly by other black people because he's black. They are blowing him away. He black. My nephew that I'm on the phone with, the same thing could happen to him. It could happen to me because everybody is saying you can kill a nigga. You need to be killing a nigga. And if social engineering is true, and we know it is, think about how often you hear this through our music. I watched a white boy go by me today, and he was playing rap, saying kill niggas. I shot the nigga, and he white. And as my nephew said, you don't see no video. Stop saying we call white people niggas. You ain't never seen one video. Never. Well, somebody said I'm gonna kill this nigga, and it was a white man. You ain't gonna see that. As my nephew said, it would get pulled down. See, you ain't gonna be able to say that. You ain't gonna be able to do that. As long as you say kill us, everybody's in alignment. So it go back to the name of my show again. Love has already conquered. Love has already conquered. We just are disillusioned what that love looks like. because we don't know enough to know that love can be evil. We don't know it. Love can be hate. We don't know it. See, we think because we use the word love that it means good things. It don't. We live in a country where the love to keep their foot on our neck is a love. If you don't understand that, you don't understand why you are pitting at this bottom. They love to see you suffer. It's just like within the ADOS group, within this black group. In this group, in our group, is other blacks that love to see blacks go through bad things. See, they love it. We got to stop thinking love will fix something when we see what love done did. Because you don't never know what a person loves to do. That's the question. You got to know what that person love to do. They might love to see you in that situation you in. What you think about that, nephew?
I agree. I most definitely agree. You know, like we had a conversation earlier when we was talking about the other rapper, 21 Savage. He had an interview and he stated that he'd rather have loyalty over love. Because just because somebody love you don't mean they have the best interest for you. But if somebody's loyal to you, they're going to do whatever to make sure that you're good.
They're going to always try to show that loyalty to you. See, it's simple things that a lot of us are overlooking. See, if you loyal to me, whether I'm there or not, you're going to stand and have my back. You're going to stand and have my best interest. But see, you can smile in my face and love to see me go without. That's the truth. And we need to know that. Stop telling people love gonna fix nothing. Love has already showed its hand. You just don't know what you're looking at. You disillusioned about what you are seeing. And we can't move that way. Love done showed. It's time for us to love our group, period. We're gonna go on a break. And after the break, we'll take some quick questions and answers. If anybody have any they want to ask. All right, we'll be back. Johnny, we also take calls if people want to, it'll be in the chat too. All righty, be back. Oh, we're gonna go back. All right, we back. So it's something else I wanted to touch on, and me and my nephew were just talking about. It's this concept that another thing we like to do is when we say we want our people to stand up and fight for their group. You get this a lot of times you get this that people have their own agenda and all that. So one thing I always tell people, listen, I ain't talking about everybody. I'm talking about you. What are you willing to do? Let's forget about everybody. Let's just focus on this one person in front of you. What are you willing to do to stand and fight with your group? See, because if you is the person I'm talking to, we ain't gonna care about what nobody else gonna do. What are you willing? See, because you ain't willing to do nothing. You just gotta say it to know yourself that you are the problem, not the people you won't assume that exist out there that's got hidden agendas. We got to stay away from that. We got to know that when you speak and you trying to educate a person, tell them whenever they try to tell you how black folks is, black people ain't gonna never pull together. Tell them exactly what are you gonna do. Are you willing to pull together, or are you basically telling me about yourself? Because a lot of times that's what people doing. They telling you about themselves. They ain't telling you about nobody else. They telling you about the person that's standing in front of you. With it's a lot of things that happen within the ADOS community all the time. What we are trying to do is move the line for our family Pacific, and that's what we fight to do. Nephew, you got something else you want to say? You want to speak on?
No, not really, man. Kind of got all the stuff.
So yeah, these are the things that we here at ADOS is trying to do. We trying to make it where we understand that we need to stand for our group. Period. We must put our emotions to the side, symbolism to the side, and stick to the data, the facts, the lineage, the history, the policies that bring forth facts. Period. If you're talking to anybody that ain't moving that way, you talking to somebody that already done pivot. Like it or not, they already done pivot. So, I guess we're gonna bring the show to an end. And I hope to see people next week here. But as always try to leave people with something, and that's one of the things I want to leave you with. When somebody try to tell you how black people is, you kill that conversation by telling them, but we talking about you. How are you? So I want to tell everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next week. And as always, before you leave, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share. All right.